This is an album review like no other. I'm going to give you a short and snappy summary of each track and then compare it to food. Yes, I'm serious. This is my review of The Warning's latest album, Keep Me Fed. This is the perfect album opener and pretty much showcases everything that The Warning have to offer. It's got heavy guitar riffs, tempo changes, interesting drum patterns, breakdowns, an anthemic chorus, and Ali's bass sounds like Satan's balls. As it's the opening track, I've gone for a classic British starter, the prawn cocktail. Now this must be served in a wine glass with the dressing of 1,000 islands, and I remember growing up always wanting my mum to make this for me on my birthday. It was like a posh dish for working class people. You only ever had it on special occasions, and this album review is a special occasion. I remember when they opened their set at the London Forum with this track, and it sent me and the crowd bonkers. Ever since they released this single in February, I never tire of listening to it. It's a proper dirty rock and roll song. That intro riff, the double and half-time drumming from Powell, the infectious chorus melody and energy throughout, it is sick. Ideally, I'd pick something here that makes me want to throw up to fit in with the title, but I pretty much eat anything and everything. One thing I'm not keen on is artichokes. I just don't like the texture, and anchovies. They just annoy me. It sounds like an end of the world, apocalyptic, nightmarish computer game soundtrack to me. It's haunting and disturbing in places. It's evil, yet poppy, but it demonstrates another side to the band and showcases their versatility. McDonald's. Whenever I'm drunk and stumbling home late at night, I inevitably find myself venturing into a Mackie D's and buying a ton of food. And then I wake up the next day feeling dirty and sad, and I have to apologise to myself and my partner. This reminds me of early Riot era Paramore, which is great because I listened to that album loads back in 2007. I'm surprised I remember anything from mid to late 2000s because I was like Hunter S. Thompson at the time. When I first heard it, I didn't care that it was in Spanish and I didn't understand what they were singing about. The title translates to "What else do you want?" And I want more of this song and style, please. Thank you very much. Well, I've got to pick something Spanish, haven't I? What about a classic paella? If I could bath in a bowl of paella, I would. I'd come out looking like Homer Simpson, but it'd be worth it. When I reacted to this song in September last year, I was pretty new to The Warning. I think I'd heard Evolve and that was about it. And I wasn't keen on this track at the time. And please forgive me for saying this, but the more I listen to this song, the more I fall in love with it. So much so that it is fast becoming one of my favourite tracks on the album. It's just a bit different to a lot of the stuff they've done, which makes it stand out for me. I think it's cracking. It's almost a bit disco. You've got that really catchy chorus and the playful and cute harmonies in the bridge, and then Ali's farting and rumbling bass line steals the show for me. A Chinese takeaway or takeout. In my family they call me the human dustbin, and especially with regards to Chinese food, I will eat a massive plateful, but then after about 30 minutes I'm hungry again, and guess what? I've got to go back for more. I think this is the most dynamic and classic rock sounding song on the album. In the intro you've got those lovely swishy and dreamy guitar arpeggios, and in the chorus it gets really dancey and upbeat, but without ever really changing tempo the entire song. It's introspective, it's atmospheric, it's evocative. It makes me think of Dracula for some reason. I definitely think the Count would rock out to this one. Steak tartare because it's raw and bloody. If I was going to be overly critical, I'd say this is the least memorable track on the album. However, I really love the Rage Against the Machine and Tom Morello inspired solo. Actually, it reminds me a little bit of Like a Stone from Audio Slave. The Digitech whammy and the polyphonic and harmonies and intervals, it makes the guitar sound like an alien. A Sunday roast dinner. Now this is a very traditional thing in the UK where you spend it with your family, gobbling down crispy roast potatoes, lots of veg, meat, Yorkshire pudding, tons of gravy, nom 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 nom, but it leaves you feeling full and satisfied. I'm a huge Jack White and the White Stripes fan, and this track is littered with Jack White inspired guitar playing from Danny. It's got really interesting chord structures and intervals from the band too. It's more reminiscent of, I would say, Raconteurs and the Dead Weather era of Jack White. And there's some really bluesy and jazzy drumming from Powell throughout, and then in the chorus it almost sounds like a different song, but weirdly it works. I couldn't actually think of a food item to describe this song, so I'm just going to pick a cucumber because I love cucumber. And fun fact for you, did you know that botanically speaking a cucumber isn't a vegetable, it's actually a fruit? Yes, not only do you get entertainment on this channel, you also get education. This is basically new metal, isn't it? And there's nothing wrong with that unless it sounds like Limp Bizkit, and thankfully this song doesn't. Lyrically, this is possibly about the cutthroat, ever-demanding record industry, always insisting and bleeding you dry, and in the chorus section you can hear the angst and passion and frustration in Danny's voice. I think Powell sings the vocals in the verse section, I might be wrong, but the music and the lyrics, they're a match made in heaven. As this is about sharks, let's pick something scary and deadly. How about a Vindaloo curry, which will set your arse on fire? From a compositional and songwriting point of view, I think this is the best song they've written to date. I can't fault it. This was my last reaction video to The Warning, so I'm not going to repeat everything I said a few months ago, but I get massive 1980s vibes due to the synth sounding guitar overdubs that are interspersed. I think it would be perfect on the soundtrack to the next season of Stranger Things. Do you agree with me on that one? Let me know in the comments below. As it's my favourite song on the record, I'm going to pick my favourite cuisine, which is Thai food. And the thing I love about Thai cuisine is that it combines everything I love about food. It's hot, it's spicy, it's sweet, it's savoury. It's got every protein you could ever think of, carbs and fats and grains and veg and fruit. It's just got bags full of flavour, and that's like this song. I don't think I've consciously heard them use expletives in their lyrics before, so when I heard them use the F word, I was like, what the effing fudge did they just say? I was like their parent or teacher or something, but it's okay. They're rock stars. They're allowed to swear. It took me by surprise, that's all. Now I'm going to get my guitar out here because this opening riff is driving me nuts. I've heard it somewhere before and I can't, my little brain just can't work out what it is. They play the song in E flat tuning, so it's B flat, A flat, G flat, and this is probably out of tune, so forgive me, but it's like, it really reminds me of something. I don't know what it is. If you know, please let me know in the comments below and put me out of my misery. All I could think of due to the title of this song was consomme. I'm sorry I couldn't be more creative. If you mix Korn and Arctic Monkeys with Billie Eilish, this is what you would get. Arguably The Warning's heaviest riff to date, which is in drop A tuning. How low do you go? It was a superb choice as the album closer. You might be asking yourself, why the Billie Eilish comparison? Well, if you listen to that chorus and specifically the line where Danny sings Psychosomatic Love, tell me that the two don't sound identical. Danny sounds like Billie, Billie sounds like Danny. I don't really mind. I'm a big Billie Eilish fan, so I'm happy to share the comparative love here. I don't want to go into too much detail here because I'd like to do a reaction to a live performance of this song in the future because it's that bloody good. It was the perfect choice for the album closer. Well, I need to pick a dessert for the last track, don't I? But to be honest with you, I'm not a massive dessert guy. I'd rather stock up on the starters and the mains and stuff my face and skip dessert and, I don't know, have a beer or a scotch or something at the end. But if I had to, it would probably be an Arctic roll, which I don't think anyone's eaten since the 1990s. It was basically a vanilla ice cream wrapped in a sponge, and sandwiched between that was a raspberry jam. But failing that, I don't know, maybe I'd have a Magnum. So that was my slightly weird review of Keep Me Fed from The Warning. If you're new to this channel, I've done several music reactions and I've also got a vlog of when I first watched them live, and I'll put some videos around here, so make sure you click on those. If you've enjoyed this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe if you want to see some more. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Hopefully I'll see you very soon. Bye for now, people.